So good Christmas Eve morning, everybody. So we're back here with some more baseball on Tabletop Baseball Plus. Finally have gotten back to doing a little bit more of this Diamond King project, which is a King of the Hill type setup where a team has to defend its title 5 games in a row in order to be declared the victor. And trying to, oh boy, it's a little too strong a light there. So where we left off, Tampa had just beaten Milwaukee and took the King of the Hill from them, and so they get to start on their run, and we'll see if they can do anything here against the New York Mets. So it's going to be Harvey going for the Mets and Odorizzi pitching for the Rays. And so let's just get right into this here. It's going to be Granderson and Wright. So these are the 2015 cards as well, if you recall. Again, it's been a couple months, I think, since I didn't look it up, but it's been a couple months since I did this project. So this is the 2015 cards. It was the season that I did my original Tenacious season off of. So it's Granderson and Wright, David Wright at third base, Daniel Murphy at second, Jonas Cespedes in left, and then Duda at first, and Kadire DHing, Flores shortstop, Lagares in center field, and Plawecki the catcher. So DH this time because it's at Tropicana Field or whatever it's called now. So and then for the Rays, we're going to have Kiermaier in center, Sizemore in left, Longoria third base, Jaso DHing. Forsythe at first, Cabrera short, Souza right, Beckham second base, Rivera catching. So a couple of changes from when we played with the Rays there a couple months ago. Brandon Geyer is given the day off here, as well as James Loney, the first baseman. So Forsythe moves over to first, and Beckham picks up second base. And so we're going to get going. Granderson leading off against Odorizzi. 5-6. It's a fly ball in center field. It'll be caught by Kiermaier, and that's going to be 1 out. David Wright 2-7. That's a ground ball to his counterpart at third base, Evan Longoria. That's 2 down. Now Daniel Murphy using basic strat here, and that's going to be a pop-up to Beckham. 1-2-3 inning. Down go the Mets. Baseball demo's working today, unfortunately. Well, fortunately in that it's good to earn money. Unfortunately that a lot of people get today off. So, and the high sports time machine. Okay, so Kiermaier going to lead off for the Rays, looking to keep the streak going, but it's going to be a grounder to double check myself here. Grounder to third. The right. Oh no! This is going to be fun. Foul ball here. The extreme far reaches of my room here. Hopefully didn't destroy anything. Okay, Sizemore. Another 2-7. That's a walk. So shake it off a little better this time. Longoria. Sizemore, C, Steeler. We're not going to be doing that with 1 out. 6-8. It's a Off of Harvey's card, that is a chance at a single, 1 to 3. But it's a 20, so that's going to be a liner to the first baseman, Duda. And so 2 outs. It'll be Jaso. 3-2, and they are... I do not hold... let me see. Don't hold anybody lower than C or lower. I think C is usually my threshold, so that is going to be a grounder to second base, which will be the 3rd out. Try to remember my conventions. It's been a little while, and I feel like that would be a ground out. Although I know there's been some discussion. There was some discussion a while ago. Maybe you should just hold everybody, and I don't know. Up to your it's up to your own personal preference. Second inning, no score. It'll be Cespedes, and that's a 5-8. Off of Odorizzi, it'd be a double unless it's a 1 on the D20. So it's a 10. That's a double. So first hit of the game for either team. And that gets Cespedes into scoring position. Duda. I'm dropping dice all over the place today. 6-7. Grounder to second. Basic, that may not get the runner over. Second base. It's Beckham. He's a 4. 4 and 7. Well, that's a 1 base error, so he will get it over there. E4. First and third, nobody out for the Mets. Duda reaches on the kick. And Kadire. 1-8. And there's a single. That's going to knock home a run. Cespedes trots home. 1-0. Metropolitans. Duda. What I got here? It's a single on a 1-8. With nobody out, Duda will hold up. Not a very fast runner. First and second, nobody out. Wilmer Flores. 6-6 is a fly ball to right. And that will... the runners will stay put on that. So now, Juan Lagares. There's a 6-7, another grounder to Beckham. He booted it last time. This time a 1. I think that's going to be a single. And that is 2 base advance. That's going to be 2-0 as it gets by Beckham on a slow roller just out of his reach. And it's going to be first and third with 1 out. Kadire reaches third on that one. So now you've got... let's see. So they're going to be playing at double play depth, hoping for a double turn here. And here is Plawecki, 6-11. That's a grounder to first C. That's a tough grounder. That means that the run will score as they're playing back, looking for the double play. That will be a U3, and everybody advances to 3-0 Mets. Not looking to play in this early. I'm not sure if that would have helped playing in either. Ground ball C. I guess the runner would have held. So, all right, Granderson. 4-2, fly ball to left. That'll be caught by Sizemore. That does retire the side, but 3 across. And the Mets are up. Looking to dethrone the Rays here on Christmas Eve on the tabletop bench top. It's kind of redundant. Anyway, we're all about redundancy here sometimes. If you don't say it right the first time, say it even worse the second. Here's Forsythe. They got him create some stuff, and he's going to get a single right off the bat on the 3-11. So they're going to have to put up some runs. And now Forsythe, nope, not being held. It makes him a 1-11. So not going to go here. It's going to be Cabrera. You could think about doing the hit and run. Try and break up any double plays. They're going to go straight. Hitting 4-7 is a strikeout. Brings up Steven Souza. Runner at first, one away. 1-5. That's going to be a walk. So Souza advances the runner by showing some patience. And now it's going to be Tim Beckham. 3-6 is a strikeout. So now, bottom of the order, Rene Rivera. First and second, 2 outs. 6-9 is a strikeout. He strikes out the side, throws a walk and a single in there for good measure. And we're going to go to the third with a 3-0 lead for New York. So it's going to be right. Leading off here, and it's a 3-7, a walk. Might be a short outing here for Odorizzi. He's not being very effective. Murphy, they will try and hit and run with right here. But it's a 7, so that's going to be the roll, the 20-sided die. He's going to try to steal. He's a D stealer. 1-9, and it's a 7, so he's going to actually get in under the throw because he's not held. Remember I said we were not holding C or lower, so let's see. Rivera's a 3, so it would have been right on the money anyway. It would have been 9 minus 2 would have been 7. He would have gotten in there anyway. So Murphy, 5-9. Oh boy. Murphy crushes it. It is an 18, so that is a triple on the 5-9. And that's going to score the run. So 4-0. Thought it was going to go, but just came up short. Now Cespedes, 2-5, but Hay gets a hold of it. That one is way gone. And the Mets take a 6-0 lead, and Odorizzi is going to get a mound visit, and the Rays are going to have to get... let's see, I put things in the wrong spot here. Let's do this right. That was right. Wait. All right. We're good there now, right? Yeah. Everybody in the right spot. So, they have a long reliever here. Let's see, Coleman. I don't think he pitched in the last game. Nah. So it's going to be Coleman warming up. So Cespedes destroys one, and it's 6-0 with nobody out in the third. And it's Judah. 4-8, a walk. I'm going to give Odorizzi a couple more batters here trying to... So now Kadire. 1-7. That's a single, and they've seen enough. So that is going to be all she wrote for Jake Odorizzi. 3.35 ERA. Not so much this game. .0 innings pitched, and it's going to be Colome coming in to relieve. Actually, now I remember, See, it's been so long, I'm forgetting how I do my little marks. I do these guys. Kind of sad. So Flores, first and third, they're going to play with the infield in here. They gotta stop this. 1-6. 1-6, and this is not getting any better for column A. 1-16 home run. It is gone. 3-run homer. This is going to be a destruction. Flores goes yard. That is 9-0. Power on display here. In the third, you got a triple. You got 2 home runs. And now it's Lagares 2-4. That's a ground at third base. Finally an out. They're going to bat around regardless. Plawecki 1-4. Grounded to shortstop. Play made by Cabrera. And now Granderson 2-6. He's going to draw a walk to make sure I've got to get to the next column here. So Granderson with a 9-0 lead. No stealing here. David Wright 3-7. Another walk. That brings up Murphy. He tripled first time up in this one. And that is going to be a single. They're not going to send Granderson. It's going to be bases loaded with 2 outs. And it's going to be Cespedes, who's already gone deep once. Could he do it again off column A? 6-9. A 1-6 would be a home run. It would be a grand slam, and this would be a huge, huge inning for the Mets if this happens. Is it going to be 1-6? Nah, it's going to come up short, and that will be caught by Souza, and that will be it for the third. But that is 6 across. Could have been more. Tampa's on the eve of destruction. Yeah, I think it's past the eve. I think it's actually the day of destruction for them. All right, let's see if we can get this into a little bit of fast mode here. 1-10 is a grounder to second for Kiermaier, 1 out. Since this game is barring some kind of, that's a strikeout, barring some kind of a miracle, Sizemore out. 2-4, pops to third. 1-2-3 inning for Harvey. I'm going to give column A maybe 3 innings here. It's funny, didn't think he was much of a starter, but he did start 13 games in 2015, so. All right. So we got the 4th inning now coming up. Duda 2-10 a walk. Just throwing runners on base. Here's Kadire 2-9. That's a strikeout. Flores 6-7. There's the grounder to Beckham again. And that's a 5. I don't know if that's going to be any good for him. That's another single. First and third. Lagares. And 2-5 is going to be a 1-10 double. And that's it. That's going to score. Oops. And it's up to 10. They're going to hold up Flores. So now it's going to be Plawecki. 3-7. Fly ball left field B. Let's see. I think the runner on third does score, so that's a sac fly. 3-7. Fly ball left. Sac 7. In comes In comes Flores. Lagares stays at second. That's 2 outs. Granderson, 6-6, single. Lagares is going to score. He's not going to score. He's going to try to score. 1-14. No, and he gets, let's see, second not being held on. He gets an extra 15. So, and actually with 2 outs, I think he gets maybe 2 on top of that. Although, it's been so long. Runner advance. Add 2. Looks like there's no modifier for being held or not, so it's just add 2. So it's a 1-16 for Lagares, and he scores. So 3 more across. That's 12-0. Now right, 3-11, grounder to short. They were not. Yeah, give me a second here. I gotta look at something. All right. Well, yeah. If the runner is being held, if it's Granderson a C, we're not holding him. But that's 3 across. So I'm just. Yeah, this is what happens. You don't, and this is kind of the reason it's tough to get back into playing a game. Is that you go for a few months, and then you kind of forget. Well, the other part about it is, I've played all 3 rule sets over the years, so I kind of forget where one begins and the other ends. So it's 12-0. Jaso 3-4. And that's going to be Granderson with the catch. Forsyth. That's a strikeout. Harvey pitching well here. That's 5 for him. And now Cabrera 5-3 grounder to shortstop. That's Flores and 11. That's an out. So that's another 1-2-3 inning. Zeros for Tampa. We're going to have Colomé pitch 1 more inning. And I just knocked everything over that I didn't want to knock over. Okay. They're going to get Steve Geltz warming up. And so in the 5th inning, it's going to be Murphy, Cespedes, and Duda. I hope everybody is getting ready, is definitely ready for Christmas. I mostly am. Of course, it's nice to have someone else kind of doing some of that planning. So Cespedes with a chance at another hit, but he's going to line out to third for out number 2. And now Duda. Yeah, it is a great time of year, but it comes and goes quicker and quicker. Fly ball to center, that's an 8. So it is Kiermaier, who is a 1. I think that's got to be an out, but you never know. Yeah, it's an out. And so that's a 1-2-3 inning for Colomé. And we're going to have that be it for him. That's 2. That's actually 3 innings pitched altogether because he came in with no outs in the 3rd. Okay, Souza, 3-5. Well, here's a chance for them to get on the board 1-6. And it's gone. So Souza goes deep, 12-1. Fans putting on their rally caps, the 3 that are left in the stands. And those may have been, I think they are actually wearing collared shirts that have the Rays insignia. I think they're employees. So 3-3. That's a ground at third base. 1 out. Beckham retired. Rivera 1-9. Strikes him out. Kiermaier 6-6. And it's a fly ball into right field. The Grandy man can. Oh, that's not a 0. That's a 1. 12-1. Sometimes you just get so used to those circles that you forget. Gee, now I'm starting to miss the other league that I had going. So this is kind of getting me whetting the appetite, so to speak. Okay, Kadire, top of the 6th, 12-1. And a 2-10 is a grounder right back to. Actually, I got to do the pitching change. Right back to Steve Geltz, who is in here relieving Colome. And that's an out. Flores 110, and he's going to double. He is a triple away from the cycle. 3 for 4. So Lagares, 310. Ground at third base, going to look back the runner, and it's going to bring up Plawecki with the 5-10. Strikes him out, and that's going to get, oops, it's not the 7th, the 6th. So bottom of the 6th, 12-1. I think we're going to go inning by inning here from now on. It's going to be Cedeno next. For the Rays, but it's going to be Harvey keeping going here for the Mets. It's going to be Sizemore first. 6-7, a fly ball to center field. That'll be Lagares. Longoria is a 3-5. That's a single. Third hit of the game for the Rays. Jaso for 6. Kazan. And Forsythe, the 5-7. That's a grounder to Murphy. He's a 4. And a 13. And so be it for the Mets. That will be a... Ooh, it's going to be the unlucky 13. That is an error. So E4. That advances Longoria. And it's going to bring up Cabrera. Guy who did spend some time with the Mets, but he's going to strike out here, and that will be it for the 6th. I think we'll give Harvey the 7th inning. And that'll be it. Okay, so we're going to go with Xavier Cedeno. Leadoff man Granderson will be the first here in the 7th. We got for time. We are just at the half-hour mark. This game's taking a little longer. You get 12. I better write this down. You get 12 runs for one team, and that's going to add something to the timing. Okay, 3-10. Well, here could be a leadoff home run in the 7th, 1-3, but it's a 20. That's a double at least. Everybody's hitting there for New York. And David Wright, 1-9, strikes out. Viewers, 4. Nice to see we have 4 viewers here. Trying to keep an eye on the comments. Not too many thus far, but that's okay. 1-8, that's a liner to first. 2 away. Are they going to get Granderson home? Cespedes. 5-6 strikes him out. So no runs, and it's the 7th inning stretch. Baseball demos, comments about how at least with basic you can kind of get things moving along, and that is true. It's kind of nice to not have to worry about rolling that D20 every time like you do in super advanced and that kind of thing. Okay, so but we're going to get to Harvey here in the bottom of the 7th. Souza homered last time up. He is 1 for 1, but he's going to strike out here. Beckham. And there's a 7. We will re-roll this guy. And it's a 4-7. Another strikeout. And now Rivera. 1-4. Grounder to Harvey. We may give him the 8th. He hasn't really been working too hard. 12-1. The crooked number. Couple of walks. I think that really keeps him from getting a complete game here. So, all right, now McGee. I think with the hits, you could still, 3 hits, you could still work in the full complete game potentially. But a couple extra batters. I think we can do 1 more inning, but that's going to be pretty much the limit. Duda. 6-9 strikes him out. Jake McGee in the game now for the Rays. Kadire, 2-3, grounded to shortstop, plus an injury. So the injuries, I'll show you what I'm doing here. Of course, he's a DH, so not so big of a deal. So I roll a D6 and oh, Eric Hayden. So this is how I'm doing it. And so it's a 4, so he'll be out an additional game. And it will matter because they're almost certainly moving on here. So, but Kadire, I'm going to have to pinch hit for him if he does come up again. Flores, 6-6. 1-15 will be a single, but it's a 19. That's a liner to second. That will be it for the 8th. Or the top of the 8th, at least. Okay. Yeah, Harvey, we'll get him 1 more inning here. They're going to have Enny Romero pitch for the Rays in the top of the 9th. Okay, so top of the order, Kiermaier, 0 for 3, 4-4, grounder to second. Murphy throws to first, and it's an out. Sizemore, 1-8 is going to be a single unless it's 1-4, 20. So that is a single for Sizemore. Longoria. The Mets are going to get Tyler Clippard stretching out there a little bit. 110. It's a grounder to shortstop A, which is a double play, 6-4-3. So that's it for Harvey. He had a pretty good outing there, but they're going to try and save him. So they will bring in Clippard there at the bottom of the 9th, but we're going to the 9th inning. It's going to be Enny Romero. This will be it for Tampa, at least for this go-around. We will go around the order again if nobody defends 5 times. So we did have a couple that were close. I'm trying to jog my memory, but I don't have it right off the top of my head. So here's Lagares, a 4-2, grounded to second. So Beckham feeling sad that this is going to be his only appearance. 3-6, or could potentially be his only appearance. So that's a strikeout for Plawecki. And now Granderson. Will Romero get the 1-2-3 inning? 6-9. He does. That's a strikeout. All right, bottom of the 9th. Clippard coming in, relieving Harvey. He goes 8 innings. Real nice effort from him. What did he give up? 4 hits, 2 walks, 1 run on the solo Souza home run. So bottom of the 9th here, and it's going to be Jaso leading off. 2-4 is, he's got a chance at a homer here. Make it 12-2, but it's an 18. That's a double. That kind of game for Tampa. Can't get the D20 on their side. Forsythe, there were a couple errors in that. In the second and third inning that really compounded the problem. 6-6 pops out to third base. 1 out. Cabrera. 1-5. That's a single. And they're just going to let him score. There's no stars, so it's kind of up to either you throw and try to get him, but they're just going to let him score. Figure, make sure Cabrera stays at first. Souza, 111. That's a grounder to short. As I said, C and below we're not holding, so that is a double play. 6-4-3. That will be at 1 run to close out here. 12-2 is your final. Regardless of whether or not you agree with me holding or not, I don't think that made any difference whatsoever in the final score. This was they were up 3-0 right off the bat in the second inning. Double, an error, and a homer. Or no, double, error, single. And that's all she wrote for the Rays this time. But then again, you never know. Things seems to be the type of thing that it's pretty tough for a team to win 5 in a row or win 6 in a row. You have to win 6 in a row. You defend the title 5 times, but actually getting 6 wins in a row is especially since, if you think about it, if you get 6 wins in a row in the regular season, you're probably facing the same team at least 3 or maybe just 2 teams, or it could be 3 teams in that stretch. Instead of here, you're gonna have to face everybody's and they're gonna get everybody's ace each time. So that's kind of another difficult road to hoe there for them. So let's see. You're welcome, Dave. Thanks for joining me here. Thank you, Baseball Demos. Thank you, Eric Hayden. Thank you, Sports Time Machine, who Demos and Time Machine are in the midst of working. So that's it's one of those things that kind of stinks during the holidays if you have to work. So anybody out there who has to work either today or tomorrow, it's even worse tomorrow. But then again, sometimes it means maybe getting some overtime or who knows what. So then it's not so tough. But anyway, just want to thank everybody who continues to make this channel a success. I really don't like to declare things successes or failures because it's kind of like relative. I was just noticing there's some kid here on YouTube that is the highest earner. I'm sorry about getting oh, thanks, Alan. So we got Alan and Al, Red Sox fans too, but this 8-year-old kid who reviews toys is like making 28 million off YouTube a year or something like that. It's like, so when you start thinking in those terms, success and failure, it can really, just leave you feeling a little humble. But I would say that we are pretty successful, all things considered. And there's a lot of channels on here that I think are success stories that just, you know, sometimes it's just battling through and saying, you know what, I'm just gonna do this. You know, I need to make some content. I need to get the word out about what we're doing here, and because I don't know, it's a little different when you're making 28 million a year off of it, you know, than when you're not. You know, priorities can be a little bit different, and you can feel like certain aspects of it are, uh, you know, how, you know, is it worth it? And I think it is. I really do. I think, you know, all we can do is keep showing people how to play the games. Um, you know, people still join, people still subscribe, people still chat and communicate, comment, um, start their own channels. So, you know, we're just going to keep doing this, keep pumping out content. It had been a couple of weeks for me, but, um, you know, that's just the way it's going to go. You know, it's kind of life. So I finished up the rest of that sort of grouping of 8 games for the soccer. So that's kind of why I was able to say, you know, I'm going to put that stuff away for a little bit, and I'm going to get some baseball out here and do a little bit of that today. Tomorrow is going to be a definite day off, as far as I'm not going to be making a video, that's for sure. But, you know, I may, I may try to play a game. I'm probably not getting any games for Christmas because I've got more than I have time to play right now. I've kind of got to the point where I haven't really been asking for much of that because it's just, I kind of feel like, um, I'm over the top with all that right now. But I do have some things to continue to do, so I might just try and make a little bit of, you know, headway on that tomorrow. But, you know, got family, want to spend time with them, and then this coming weekend is, again, it's going to be pretty quiet, as far as my end of this channel goes. So, I don't know about Tabletop Earl, but, you know, him and I, we just kind of do our things. I try to send him a text. He sends me a text every once in a while, but, you know, we kind of got our own projects, and, um, seems like he has time when things start getting a little hectic for me, and then vice versa, and it kind of like we sort of complement each other in ways. So just remember, we can still kick that kid's fight. Yeah, that's true, Al. I know. Yeah, it took me a second because I didn't look at the comments for a while, and I moved into somewhere else. Sometimes I do that. I won't look, and then someone will make a comment about something I said a little while ago, and it's like, yeah, you're right. I don't want to threaten the guy, kid. Good for him. I mean, tell you what, if you're talented enough to be able to get 3 or 4 million people, family, someone with a lot of things going on, you know, this is a way to sort of like get control. And that's why I like projects. I think I've mentioned it before, but it's kind of the thing that, with projects, that I like most is that it adds structure, and it adds some level. You know, you're the one calling the shots. um, you're making the decisions about what's going on. You know, if you get injuries, this is how we're going to make the changes to the lineups. I'm going to set this schedule. I'm going to choose these teams, and overall, the whole point of it is usually because I want to answer a question, or I have something that, in my mind, is of